Alright guys, so hopefully you got to see the throttle, putting the throttle back together. I don't know, on my camera I forgot to clean my GoPro before I left. So such a stinking hurry. Because I do everything last minute, of course, so that's why, but anyways, yeah, so I got the throttle put back together and everything. The throttle still doesn't work right. It still feels funny, but I kind of think, well, I have a pretty good idea what it is. It's actually the rod that attaches from the gas pedal to the bottom of the linkage there. It's that rod. I think that rod's bent because what it's doing is that it's rubbing up against the hole that they drilled so you can fit the rod through. It's rubbing it up against the hole. So I think pretty much the only way I can fix that is I would have to get a brand new rod, and I have no clue where you can buy them from. But other than that, the throttle does seem to work. I have to watch the footage of where I was pushing on it. I mean, it came back, but because of the return spring. But here's the thing. I don't know if you guys are going to see it or not, because I might have had the hand throttle, or the putting the linkage back together in high speed. But maybe you saw me stick my big head under there. But there is no hole for just the spring, like for all that spring to hook up to. Because I know in Roosty's truck, he has I guess it's an S-160. I thought it was an L-160, but I guess it's I got it confused there for a second. But on his truck, he showed where the spring is supposed to hook up to. And I looked and I looked and looked. I did not see a hole of any kind. I didn't see anything that would work. So, I mean, I guess I could drill a hole, myself, and then just do it that way. But I don't have no way of getting power out there. So, the other thing that I did was I just hooked it to the hole that the rod's sticking through. And that seems to work for now. I don't know if I'd leave it like that permanently. But what I did is I just reused reused the spring. I put my own hook on the other end that was broken. And the spring's under a lot more tension than it probably should be at all times like that. It definitely does bounce back. I think this is unplugged in it. Yeah. So, can't say that'll probably last forever. I imagine that's probably hard on the spring, being under tension like that all the time, and then you put your foot on it. Then you're putting it under even more stress. So, I don't know if that's going to work or not, but it'll work for now. To get me by until either I can drill a hole to put my own hole there, or I don't know, maybe there was a bolt there, but that bolt looked like it was up kind of high. Maybe it was supposed to attach to that bolt, but then you'd think that you would see a piece of broken spring stuck to it, because somewhere it broke off at some point. I just don't have the slightest clue where that spring is supposed to go, because it doesn't line up to where Roosty 6 said it's supposed to go. And his truck is, I think they're pretty similar. His is probably just a little bit newer than mine, and his is the much bigger frame than mine. For horsepower, I forgot horsepower wise, I don't know what the difference would be, but I forgot to frickin' look on the door, because I know in his video he showed where you can look to see the serial number of the truck, and I guess max weight that it can carry and all that kind of stuff. I forgot to look at that again. I was going to see if mine had it on the door, but I forgot. So try to remember tomorrow. I'm done for tonight. The humidity is coming back now, so I'm done for tonight. But other than that, I'd say it's about 99% back together. The only reason why I don't give it 100% is because I don't think the spring is in the right place. But I don't see a hole. I don't see where it's supposed to go. I looked everywhere for a hole. And I knew that there would be a hole there. Like, if there was a hole there, I'd know for sure because I left the driver door open and the sun's just right where the sun's going to beat light right through the holes. Because it did that with the gas pedal, the hole there. There was sunlight coming through it, but I didn't see it anywhere else. But where it's hooked up to, it's working just fine. I mean, the throttle comes back to an idle like it should, and all that shit. But where it hooks up to is not ideal. I don't think that's where it's meant to be hooked up at, because honestly, even though it's tight, I feel like if you rub that spring the wrong way, it'll pop off, you know, and then your truck will most likely go over to full throttle and probably stay at full throttle until you get the hood off and you do whatever. Of course, well, if it goes straight to full throttle, I'm probably just going to shut it right off. I'm not even going to bother taking the hood off. I'll just shut it down real quick and then I'll take the hood off. But it's quicker to shut them down than it is to let them sit there screaming wide open and you're going to take the hood off, you know, and yeah, so I guess just shut it off right away. But that's all I can do for right now until I come up with something else. Like I said, I'm either going to have to drill a hole and see if that'll work, or just, I guess, see if it will stay that way. That's about as good as it will get. Because unfortunately I don't see a hole. And like on Roosty's truck, he had a little eye hook kind of thing there that his spring was hooked to. That's not there. So there really was nothing to hook to. That's the reason why I was kind of looking all over the place, because I was like, I don't see a hole and I don't see like an attachment point to where it should go. I'm not seeing that, so it's yeah, it's kind of a mystery thing where the hell that's supposed to hook up to, but it's not hooking up to where it should, because you would think it would be the same for either his truck or mine. They both should be pretty much the same thing. I imagine they might even have the same engine, but maybe his is just tweaked to be more horsepower. But in mine, I don't know where that. I didn't look at the horsepower ratings because it should be on the door, I think, or somewhere, but I forgot to look. And I forgot to see if I could find the sumbitch for, see if the sumbitch is on the side of the door or not, because I forgot to look. So tomorrow, I'll try to remember tomorrow, but can't promise anything for tomorrow either. But for tonight, I'm done, and I don't know what I'm going to do about getting that stick out of the cylinder. I have no clue what the hell I'm going to do with that besides just leave it and then just pray that it'll come up on its own when we drag it to try to break it free. Or we just let it crush the stick. I mean, that stick will break instantly anyway because it's such a weak stick. But I didn't mean to drop it in there, it just kind of fell off, so didn't realize it was broken, and then when I stuck it in, it was like, oh, this stick feels a little lighter coming back out, and sure enough I'm missing half the stick. So I'm pretty sure it went back into the cylinder hole. I don't think it fell on the ground. I'm pretty sure it's in the cylinder, and I can't tell anyway because that's the cylinder that's way at the bottom. So screw it. But I guess that's pretty much it for tonight, guys. I'm going to take off. I just wanted to get that little bit on video, and everything seems to work like it should. Except the throw, like I said, the pedal still feels kind of funny, but I think it's just the rod it's rubbing. I don't know what I could do to fix that. I suppose put a piece of garden hose on it maybe, and then just zip tie it real tight, and then maybe it'll slide a little easier. I don't know, but whatever. So anyways, guys, I'm going to take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.